What do you think in the in the great financial crisis, we kind of thought that was the end, that was the Greater Depression coming on. But, through money printing and other economic nonsense, they managed to keep it going for at least up until now. Why do you think that or do you think there's any possibility that the central bankers will figure out a way to stretch this out for another decade?
Well, that is the $64 question, because when I first got involved in watching the markets and economics and things of this nature, which was to say in the late 60s, early 70s, even then there was a raging controversy. Are we going to have a hyperinflation or a catastrophic deflation? This was an argument that was going on 50 years ago. And it's still going on today, and they've managed to kick the can down the road, these last 50 years. So are they going to be able to do it another 50 years? Well, the Argentines have done worse than that. They've totally destroyed the currency. And, since Perón, they've lasted for, 75 years or more. I guess they can. But on the other hand, look, the Argentine peso is very different from the US dollar. If they destroy the US dollar, if you were an Argentine, you could have a bank account in the US and you could keep your currency in dollars. So you're pretty safe. But if they destroy it in the US, where are you going to run and hide? Yes, you'll own gold in different places in the world, and you'll have gold coins in your own possession. But if the US gets destroyed, we're really screwed, because there's really no place to run at that point. Switzerland, maybe. Singapore, maybe. There's small places. And if the US goes down, this is trouble worldwide, because everybody's going to lose their dollars. All these countries where the dollar is the informal currency, and all these poor people that don't have bank accounts or sophistication, they got dollars under the mattress. Those dollars become worthless. Now these people are actually destitute. So this is, the US is playing with real fire at this point. And they've jumped off, the US jumped off the ledge in 1913 by setting up a central bank. And the dollar since then has lost about 95% or more of its value. But now it's like a guy jumping off a 100-story building. And we're now at around the 5th floor. It's getting close. Hey, so far, so good. That's the way these people think. I think it's really serious, and it's much more serious, anything that happens in the US, for all kinds of reasons, than if anything happens in some nothing nowhere Latin American or European country.
Okay.
But people are like cockroaches. We survive. And I always like to, because I like to read history, especially end of World War II history. It's kind of interesting. And I point out, hey, it's not going to be as bad as Berlin in 1945, probably. And people survive then. So life goes on.